Oxenfree is what I would consider to be a standout horror game for a variety of reasons. It does what games like The Quarry and the Dark Picture Anthology wish they could do. Now, some of you may not even know what I'm talking about, but you've definitely seen clips of the animation.
Ryan, run!
He took my knife!
Oxenfree is an atmospherical narrative story developed by Night School Studios in 2016 as their debut game. Now, Night School Studios technically belongs to Netflix. What am I saying? It does belong to Netflix. But compared to some of the mobile games, and I say that generously, Netflix has on their platform,
うわー、ケン、なんか深い。
Oxenfree seems to have the most love and care put behind it. Oxenfree even got a sequel that was released last year. However, it didn't have much marketing put behind it, and many people don't even know it exists. Oxenfree follows a group of 5 teenagers: Alex, Ren, Jonas, Nona, and Clarissa. They're taking a ferry to Edwards Island for their annual hangout. Once they arrive, they find out they're the only ones on the island, as all the natives left for the season. While exploring a cave, they open a rift and encounter a supernatural force, acting as a conduit through radio waves.
Sleepy. Fine. Yeah, everything.
Fine.
Who?
Things. There.
Same.
Don't know.
If leave is possible.
Throughout the game, Alex struggles with the loss of her brother Michael, feeling mainly responsible for his death, which makes and shapes her actions and relationships with the other characters, especially with her new stepbrother Jonas, who Alex took along hopefully to get more connected with him. The island has a dark history of a military disaster, involving the accidental friendly fire and sinking of the USS Kanaloa, which trapped and killed over 97 people. As you explore more of the island, you'll find these elements are subtly woven into the main narrative, with players discovering clues through radio signals, environmental storytelling, and hidden conversations you find through notes and transmissions.
Charlie 6.
Every individual it is maintained is enveloped in a radiance invisible to the carnal eye and only perceived by the soul accustomed to it.
Charlie 6.
Every individual...
One of Oxenfree's strengths lies in its dialogue system. Now, when writing characters for teenagers, it seems to be something writers have a really big problem doing. However, surprisingly, all the characters in Oxenfree are likable, for the most part, and actually act like how normal human teenagers would act. Since this game has multiple dialogue options, relationships and attitudes towards each other's characters are often changing depending on what series of responses you choose. Each response can either reveal or conceal background information about a character's relationship to another. Oxenfree focuses more on tapping into psychological horror. The game sets an uneasy environment through its soundscapes and visuals.
This is going to tell the classification board a lot about what can be expected of you in the future. How many questions will you be able to get in the allotted time?
And it stems through Oxenfree's most unique feature: the radio. Mainly used to open rifts through the use of specific frequencies, the radio serves many purposes in order to guide you through the game. Stacks of rocks can be found throughout the island, which, if tuned to the right frequency, reveals information about the island's history and the backstory of one of Edward Island's most oldest natives, Maggie Adler, who died just moments before they arrived. A variety of frequencies can be tuned in while playing, which, if in specific areas of the map, broadcasts recordings from a group of teenagers who arrived here who knows how long before we did.
Why did you... Never mind.
Yeah, try again, cowboy. It doesn't matter.
Are we nothing to you?
No.
Then what?
The island itself is a strange, liminal space, where time and space break down and can be controlled, having its own sense of time limited to only inhabitants of the island. The time loops are not just there as gameplay mechanics, but a storytelling tool that reveals information about the island, and how it works with each individual. The characters experience moments of deja vu and are haunted by ghostly echoes of previous sailors of the Kanaloa and encounter distorted versions of themselves. The person being possessed seems to not have knowledge of it, experiencing events at a faster rate than that of reality. The loop makes players question their own decisions, allowing you the option to acknowledge the loops to the other characters or just ignore it.
You used to come here a lot as a kid, right? To the island. I mean, that's what Ren made it sound like.
Something's wrong. We've already done this, like, twice.
Done what? 'Cause I don't remember any of this.
Jonas, we've already done this. We keep walking past these same trees and this same spot, and you keep asking the same crap over and over.
Okay. I mean, if you say so, but, wait, I don't even know what you're saying. What are you saying? Are we
keep repeating this one moment for some reason. God, can't things stay normal for like 2 friggin' seconds?
While Oxenfree is primarily a horror game, you wouldn't know it from its soundtrack. The use of analog synths, glitchy effects, and lo-fi elements gives the soundtrack a retro-futuristic quality. It makes you feel a variety of emotions while listening to it. Tracks like Lost and End bring a sense of melancholy and introspection, underscoring the themes of grief, memory, and loss that run throughout the game. Yet it can also feel warm and emotional, mirroring the more personal elements of the story.
Wait. Okay, you know what? There's like the 10th time we've heard this song all night. There is something going on with... Like, why would this specific tune be
Yeah, it's probably a trick, Jonas. The ghosts know we're closing on booting them out, and they're throwing up distractions to distract you.
Maybe you're right, but, I mean, it's ghosts. And I'm not about to throw away the possibility this is something else. I'll be fast, but it's just too strange.
But at its heart, Oxenfree is a story about dealing with the past. Alice's grief over her brother's death forms the emotional backbone of the game. The elements on the island, although they are happening, serve as metaphors for Alice's eternal struggle with loss and regret. Throughout the game, you face choices that reflect these themes, and the outcomes of those choices often highlight the difficulty of letting go of the past. Although each ending can be interpreted as good or bad depending on your outlook from moving on. Or you could just completely disregard the idea of moving on and just change the past to fit your satisfaction. Either way, everything works out in the end.
But anyways, what time is it? Yeah, sorry, I gotta run or I'll miss the ferry. Ren's dragging me out to Edwards Island for that yearly beach party thing. And I have to pick up what's-his-name Jonas, too. I hope he's not weird or mean or something. Whatever, I'm sure it'll be fun. It's something to do, right?
Right?